What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Today we're going to have an Oklahoma Sooners football Q&A because that's what these live streams end up devolving into over time anyway. I come in with an agenda and you guys wreck the agenda with awesome super chats and even more awesome questions. Speaking of which, I saw folks were in here early, so we're going to get started with the roll call real quick. Of course, I was in here first because, well, it's my stream, so I don't count. Southern Pride, what's good? Jared Gray, what's good? Robert Lane in the house. Let me see who else we got in here. Kirk Perez in the house. Jake Small in the house. Josh Westcott, what's good? JD, what's good, fam? Let me see who else we got in here. Nick, what's good? Tanner Fisher in the house. I see y'all. That's what's up. Crankstar in the house. Let me see. Tanner Fisher, I see you. Nate. Oh, that's Hank. Okay, what's good, Hank? Let me see who else we got in here. Yeah, man. So, Robert, what's good? Robert Lane, big Sooner softball fan. I looked this up, right? Because I care about the Super Regional. Oklahoma plays Arkansas. Arkansas is the number 13 seed. Oklahoma's number 4. Oklahoma's like 53-3, which is ridiculous. Hasn't given up a run in the postseason. But check this out. Paige Parker is again a finalist for College Softball Player of the Year, and she needs 64 strikeouts to get to 1,000 for her career. Now, I would like to see her get all 64 against Arkansas. Not going to happen, but it'd be cool. You know what I mean? Sydney, what's good? Brandon Watt in here. Terry, what's good? Let me see. Victor in the house. That's what's up. Wolf. Hey, Miles Montoya. Yes, you can. Let me see. Let's see. Steel Boy in the house. Tyson, what's good? Let me see. Brandon Watt in here. Michael Davis Jr. in here. Victor Vega in here. Let me see. Oh, as always, drop questions into the chat. We'll talk about them. One of the first ones that I saw. Hey, Phil Sooner. One of the first ones I saw was put forth by Jarrett. Oh, my goodness. Brandon Watt already, fam. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Hey, look, dude. I try to be on time. It means a lot. Tell me what you want to talk about. Because, hey, Amy Sue in the house. What's good? Jeff Kirkland in the house. That's what's up. Let me see. So, Jared had a pretty good question to start off tonight, which is, does Motley make the jump this year? And is this our best secondary since Poole, Strait, Jefferson's group? I would also say that Brodney Poole, Derek Strait, and was joined by Antonio Perkins to have probably the most dominant secondary in OU history. Check this out, because I did enough, like I dropped this Mike Stoops, diss track that was based on God's plan. Check it out, SoundCloud, WOOSAH podcast. But that 2003 secondary had 22 interceptions, 22 picks. Also, Brandon Everidge was on that squad. People forget that. Look, 22 picks in a season? You know how we would be dynastic if we had 22 picks this season. And 7 of them came from Brodney Poole. 7 interceptions by one dude playing safety. So, could this be as good? Yes. Is it likely? Man, I would settle for a double-digit pick season. Like, I would love that. If we get to 10, 12 picks in a season, that would be amazing. And Buki could be leading the charge there, man. But also, I don't know what we have at safety. I take that back. I know what we have at safety. I don't know who's going to start at safety, right? Because you leave it up to me, you got Robert Barnes and Khalil Halton up there. But Pat Fields look good, right? We don't know what Chance Sylvia's going to do. Justin Broyles look good. We got options there. What I do know is Buki's going to play everywhere all at once. But also, as good as that group, that 2003 group, man, that group's legendary, which is why I'm in Mike Stoops' chili all the time. I know you've done it. We all know you've done it. Coach a 4-3 under, coach a 4-3, coach 4-2-5. Coach the defense that was getting 22 picks in a season, man. What? I don't get it. I'm done trying to get it. Fire him. Fire him. He can recruit. I know that. But, man, I'm tired of it. I want a dominant defense. And we got this Army game coming up, which I'm going to drop a video about later this week, that scares the goodness out of me. Look, man, the Black Knights were 10-3 last season. 10-3, okay? But they were 7 points away from being 12-1. The only blowout loss they had was to Ohio State. And they run a flex bone option, which is like the wishbone if Winifred Sanderson coached it. Like, it's black magic, right? It's a hat on a hat. It's a hat on a hat, and they say, can you stop the fullback dive? And then we'll pitch to the slot backs. And also, the quarterback, is fearless. But, man, I'm watching them take people apart with this basically sorcery wishbone. And then I got to think about Mike trying to game plan for that, and it just, not just that, but you start with FAU, who won 11 games last year. You go straight to UCLA and Chip Kelly's option, which we all know is going to give somebody problems. Then you got an Iowa State team that beat us last year, and we owe straight into this Army game. It scares me. I don't know what to do about it. Let me see. Who else we got here? Shout out to my daughter, Jessica. That's what's up. She graduated Putnam City. That's what's up. Congratulations. That's not a small thing. Very cool. Very cool. Let me see. Kirk says, shout out to my son, Stellan. That's what's up. Hi, Stellan. Let me see who else we got in here. Bryce Ward was in here. That's what's up. Jeff Kirkland says, Asamoah and White going to get some time this year. You heard it here first. Okay. I mean, I hear you, Kirkland. I do. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just also saying that's not necessarily a hot take for me. I think, actually, Brian Asamoah's got some work to do. Because that Mike linebacker group, that Mike and Will group that he's going to be part of, the inside, is kind of deep. Right? Because behind Kenneth Murray and Caleb Kelly, you got Levi Draper, right? You got Curtis Bolton. And I got to figure that Curtis Bolton's going to play everywhere but the jack linebacker spot. You also got a Ryan Jones who might sneak into there, right? I mean, you got John Michael Terry, who apparently looked better than almost anybody not named Buki, you know, in that linebacking core. So I don't think that's a hot take, but yeah, I think you could see a lot of Deshaun White. Let's see who we got. AJ, what's good? Army is decent. Army is decent. Okay, Georgia fan. Okay. Let me see. Who will be harder to beat? Army, UCLA, or FAU? Army. Look. It's not just the Army won 10 games and they won a flex bone. I'm trying to beat this into people's skulls. They're not regular. Army is a bunch of American soldiers. They go to war for a living. They fight wars for a living. And it's not just, it's not regular. It's West Point. It's West Point. We got 3 academies that have the cream of the crop of this country going there every year. And these dudes play football for fun. That terrifies me. No, I don't want to play Spartans in a game of football, man. Yeah, look, it's always going to be Army on the schedule that scares me more than anybody else. Always, always, always. Not just because they're good, not just because they run an offense that only Navy and Georgia Tech run, but because they're soldiers. Who wants to go play a game with soldiers? They don't play. They fight. They win. That's what they do. And they're smarter. I mean, they go to West Point. They got to be smart. Engineering and all that math. Nah, man. I'm cool. Thad, what's good? Let me see who else we got in here. Josh Westcott. I'd be happy if Mike would just play aggressive for a full game and not this bend, don't break crap. Amen. We're not going to not see 7 yards off the ball at the corner spot, and I'm trying to wrap my head around how that, Venables does it at Clemson, but they also run 4 men on the line of scrimmage all the time. So I guess, let me see, a Pack fan 12, let's see. If Mike has another terrible year, he better be gone. I can't stand wasting legends' careers because our defense can't stop a Leaf sometimes. Ooh, that's strong. That's strong, and it's correct. Because, look, a lot of folks try to tell me, the Mike Stoops truthers, that he does not have the talent to win. Well, number one, you recruit. These are your guys, right? You go find them, you go evaluate them, and you convince them to sign national letters of intent to play football at the University of Oklahoma. After that, they're your kids. You don't get to tell me you don't have the talent to play. And, look, I know that talent wins, but I also know that if you are not coaching skill and fundamentals, you're not going to win anyway. All right? Like Garrett Wilson actually threw shade at Texas, making a very good point. He's a 5-star wide receiver. But if he's a five-star wide receiver in 3 years, that's bad, man. That means he didn't develop at all. And as good as you are in high school, if you don't develop in college, you're going to get destroyed. You're going to get trucked. And he knew that. That's why he goes to Ohio State. That's why Texas can't get any of the guys that everybody else wants to get. Let me see. What else we got in here? Josh Westcott. What's good, fam? Boomer Sooner. West Virginia said, let me see. West Virginia will be the hardest game we play. It's in Morgantown, and Greer could have a Heisman-like season, and the last game of the year could come in limping. I don't think so. I think the Will Greer hype is overdone. He's already making, like Athlon Sports put out their all Big 12 performers preseason, and Will Greer is the starting quarterback. But I don't think he's that good. First, I mean, what's that finger doing? Is that finger healed? But even after that, you're banking on him and David Sills basically being Mason Rudolph and James Washington. And I'm not convinced that's going to happen. But even if it did, they don't have a defense. Hello? They run a worse defensive scheme than Mike Stoops does up there. They had a defensive coordinator that said in the post-game press conference after he got shellacked by Lincoln Riley, Dana should fire me. No. Will Greer is not going to win a Heisman Trophy you lose in 5 games. Don't see it. Let me see what else we got in here. JD and CC fan. If they start stacking DBs and DLs with not so many linebackers, then change might be coming. You know, we talk about this a lot, but for the last 4 years, Mike Stoops has said the defensive line is going to change the defense this year. The defensive line has always been above average, right? That nose tackle's always been pretty good. But if you're going to put 3 men on the line of scrimmage, it's moot. Doesn't matter. We're outnumbered, and you don't know how to coach it. Look, I put out a video earlier this week showing how Belichick adapts his scheme to his personnel and says you cannot blame the players for what the scheme does not support. So he does something smart. Number one, like put 4 men on the line of scrimmage. But if he can't get the kind of guys that he wants to play in the scheme, he's not averse to having one side of the defensive line play a 2-gap technique and the other side of the defensive line playing a 1-gap technique because those are the kind of players he has. Mike doesn't do that. Mike just says it's the player's fault and the player's got to execute. Miss me with that, man. Come on. Let me see. Mike James boxing. That's what? Are you lost? You lost. Okay. You're lost. Let me see. Burn, what's good? Other than obvious talent, how different is Army's option different than Tulane last year? Not very, actually. You got good film from that. But, I mean, it's like saying how is the New England Patriots offensive scheme any different from the Saints offensive scheme? It's all about who's running it, really. And I think we can all agree here that Army is a much better option football team than Tulane. And that's mostly the point. But it's not, again, it's not just the scheme. It's the folks running the scheme. And the folks running the scheme are professional soldiers. They fight for real for a living. They are... I don't know how to make it any more just apparent that those men don't lose. They don't lose. You have to beat them. You have to beat them. This ain't Tulane. This ain't the other school in Louisiana. All right? This is one of the pride and joys of the entire country. That's not a small thing. I don't care if they're running the option or run and shoot. All right? Let me see what else we got in here. Jeff Kirkland says toughest game of the year, and who do you think we will play twice? Toughest game of the year is Army. And I think we're going to see TCU again, right? Oklahoma State, they're going to be installing the 4-2-5. Maybe they're a little bit better, but they don't know what they have at quarterback. Drew Brown, he's all right. I like him, but he's not Mason Rudolph. And they don't know who's going to step up at that wide receiver spot, so I expect Justice Hill to have to carry them all the way there. Iowa State could do something. Nobody knows what Bill Snyder's going to do until Bill Snyder puts it out there. But, you know, Snyder doesn't sleep. He schemes. Baylor is going to be the same Baylor we saw last year, quite honestly. Texas Tech, 7-5 again. I mean, outside of TCU, I don't see any and that's a problem for us in the Big 12. We don't really have big competition. Right? It used to be Texas. We could bank on that. It used to be Nebraska. We could bank on that. Now, we don't know, man. It's Oklahoma and then everybody else. In the SEC, at least, you got Georgia, Alabama, Auburn. You can count on those 3 teams, right? You can count on those 3 teams carrying the load for the conference. And because Oklahoma is carrying this conference, because we got a backache carrying this league, I don't know, dude. Outside of the non-conference schedule, I'm not enthused about anybody we have to play. You know, Texas is Texas, and I like thumping Texas, but I like it better when Texas is ranked. I like it better when Texas is not just competing for a Big 12 title, but when OU Texas was telling the nation, this is one of these teams, the winner of this game is going to be competing for a national title. That's what that game used to be. It used to be Ohio State, Michigan. It used to be Alabama, Auburn. It used to be Oklahoma, Nebraska. Right now, we got Tom Herman, who just... They make more money than anybody else, and they still are sorry. You know, so I can't even say that Texas is a tough game on the schedule, except to say I'm excited about it because I'm an Oklahoma fan. That's about it. Let me see. Wait, where's Coach B? I didn't see him. Oh, Coach B, what's good, fam? I see you. That's what's up. Let me see. Caitlin Hallbrooks. Can you give a shout out to John Albrooks? What's good, fam? Is Caitlin? Is that your dad? Your brother? Who is that for you? Let me see. Mike McCoy in the house. Number one, put 4 guys on the line of scrimmage. Snuck that win in there, RJ. Horns still suck. This is true. Bookie's height, my bad. Yeah, Bookie's about 5'9", right? But who cares? He can make plays. Vic, what's good? All right, bro, I'm out. Finna get some grub. My brother smoked brisket. Oh, I want some. Onikuno, the folks are barely soldiers. I speak from experience. Officers are soft. Don't let Mama Savage get in here. Mama Savage is a former officer retired. And hey, look, I'm going to let you bring that to her. You go ahead. You bring that to my mama. You tell her how officers are soft. I can't wait to see what mama gonna rip you in half, man. Officers are soft. my mother's a retired captain, right? And my dad's a retired buck sergeant. I'm gonna leave it alone. And just let my former service parents go handle that. I'm gonna let them handle that. Let me see. Who else we got in here? Let me see. Steelboy, hardest to easiest games: Army, Texas, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, TCU, UCLA, FAU, Iowa State, Baylor, Texas Tech, and Kansas. I don't disagree with that, except I would switch Texas Christian and Kansas State. And we don't know what we got with UCLA. You know, we don't know yet. We just know that Chip Kelly's going to install his offense that we all know works in college because you can recruit to it. So I'm not sure about that, but I understand what you mean because Kansas State's always one of those Willie's games. It's always a white knuckle game, just like TCU, because the defenses and the offenses are usually competent. And that's all you have to do now in the Big 12 is be competent, and you're going to compete for second place. This conference is watered down, man. It's so watered down. Terry, your mother retired captain. Holy cow, so is my dad. Vietnam helicopter pilot. Whoa, that's what's up. Yeah, man. Mom used to fly on the AWACS, Terry. She's got stories, like 13 countries and stuff. Tells me all about how she was in Frankfurt, Germany, in parts of, I forget, parts of Africa or something. She'll come in here and she'll let everybody know, I'm sure. But yeah, both my parents former military. Both of them are former Air Force. And we're very proud of that. We're extremely proud of that. And thank you for telling me that. I'm going to pass it along to my mom. It's always cool when people share their stories, and Terry's very cool about sharing hers. Onikuno says, I stand by my statement. All right, well, make sure you salute mom. That's all I'm saying. Don't walk by and don't salute, man. You liable to get done. Hey, Laurel, what's good? Let me see. What'd she say? Except for Mama Fee. That's my girlfriend in there, Laurel. I just saw that. She said, except for Mama Fee. I don't get it. That's all right. I'm going to get filled in. I'm so impressed. That's cool. I'm glad you are. I'm impressed. She made it through. Let me see. Steel Boy, she's going to throw that cane at you. Probably. Probably. Robert Lane, she's going to throw that walker at you. Let me see. Who else we got in here? Robert Lane. Cool. I was air crew on P3 Orion. That's what's up. We got some service members in here. That's what's up. As you can see, I love the service academies, and I love to watch it play football. I love it better when they're good. Army, Navy, and even Air Force. I say even Air Force to kind of poke at mom. But look, man, it ain't regular anymore, right? Because those guys don't play in the NFL, right? This is a respite for them. This is fun for them. The rest of this is actually stressful. Going to one of those academies is super stressful. Even going through ROTC, right? Not even going. Mom went through ROTC. It's stressful, right? So if you get to release that stress playing football, I'm afraid of you. Because football is stressful for the rest of us, right? It's not stressful for them. For them, they just go throw some elbows and rub your nose in the dirt. Let me see. What else we got in here? Mama Fee. Hey, Mama! Onikuno in here talking noise about how officers are soft. He over here talking noise about how y'all soft, Mama. You need to get him. I told him you was gonna get him. You need to get him. Let me see. Let me see. What's Southern Pride? I think I know your mama. I was in Germany at Fort Campbell. Let me see. I was with my lieutenant and walked by a master sergeant and snapped that salute. Oh, Laurel says it was not Yanny. Let me see. Unless DOD allows a waiver for body fat, those O linemen and D linemen will always be undersized. They don't, but that's part the reason they run the option, and you know that because the guards are mobile. Stop acting brand new, Onikuno. Let me see. Oh, we got a steak. Call a snitch. Let me see what else questions we got over here. Pac-12 fan. Let me see. Rivalry games are the hardest games to play. Even if Texas sucks, they still play us closer than anyone remembers last year. We almost had a heart attack. This is true. That was 29-24. But also, bear in mind that Todd Orlando was like the only defense that ran a dime package as his base. And I think everybody needs to learn something from that, right? Because if you put 6 defense backs on the field who can run, you're going to have a easier time in the Big 12 where we throw the ball all around the yard, which is why I'm a big proponent of the 4-2-5, right? It's a natural sub-in for a dime package, but you can also leave 2 space linebackers on the field. Kenneth Murray, Caleb Kelly, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, right? And you can keep that pass rush, 4 men on the line of scrimmage, run single gap, and go kill a quarterback. But, you know, look. They don't pay me $970,000 to coach a defense. Otherwise, we'd have 4-2-5 already installed in here, man. Let me see who else we got in here. Dennis Bone. Love the military presence in here. Me too. Real talk. I mean, look, again, both of my parents, service people, service members. And we're always going to have love for it here, man. So if you are affiliated, if you are a veteran, please say hi. Tell us what you did, man. We celebrate it here. Air Force should run the air raid offense. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Air Force should hire Mike Leach. That's where you should go with this. Air Force should hire Mike Leach. And you know what? Leach could probably turn Air Force into a world beater. Look, Leach turned Oklahoma into a world beater. Leach turned Texas Tech into a world beater. Got Washington State this close to being really, really, really good. I bet he could go to Air Force and do some nice things. I'd be for it. Let me see. Faux part. I appreciate that, fam. Josh Westcott says they might be undersized, but they do have the speed and decent option. Again, it's not just that they might be undersized, but that fullback is a fullback, right? Andy Davidson can still run. He had 812 yards rushing last year. And if you can't stop the fullback dive, it doesn't matter what else you do. You have to put the mic in there, put a hat on a hat, take away the dive, make them pitch, and destroy pitchmen. That's what, and every time you got to make the quarterback eat the dirt, But it's hat on a hat football. It's high school, it's peewee, it's straight up. Can you beat the man in front of you? Do you trust your keys? Are you disciplined football? It's one of the reasons why the Davis Wolves are my favorite high school football team. Because it's nothing but a bunch of 150-pound stone cold killers running wishbone. Like one of the coolest parts about Davis is it's all snap count, right? They got their heads looking at the grass. Because they're not looking at the line. They go on a snap count. Everything moves in sync. It's sorcery. And I love it. And that's what we get with Army and we get with Navy, man. Let me see. Onikuno says, I'm an Army vet. Love the Air Force. They always give us a lift when we needed to get somewhere. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Again, keep talking noise. Keep talking noise. Let me see. Who else we got? Fernando! What's good, fam? Han Solo! What's good, fam? What else we got in here? CBR Swag says it's hard way to stay the depth. I missed that. Y'all gonna have to tell me about that. Steelboy, last time we played against the Wishbone, it was against Air Force back in 2010. I think we squeaked out 28-24. Again, we don't see it, right? You don't see it, so you don't prepare for it except that week of. And then it's like, hey, so we're gonna bend the defense to where we got a single high safety who's responsible for the slot back. But also, the mic's going to be about 5 yards further off the ball because we know the center's going to try to come out and clear him. We got to defend against this arc, which basically is just a modified sweep going to the wide side of the field. So you're probably going to run a 4-3 under or 3-4 over to try to go to what you think is the strength of the formation. But because the formation is always balanced, you're not real sure. But you also want to know the quarterback is right-handed, so he probably wants to run to his right more than his left. And then all of a sudden, he runs to his left, and they go into the house. Like, it's just, they're mind games all through this. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I would hate to scheme against it. I'm trying to scheme against it right now for a video. And I'm beating myself. I'm beating myself because I'm going, what if they do this? With the 4-2-5 against traditional offenses, I formation, single back, ace, shotgun, right? Trips to one side of the field. The keys are pretty simple and easy to know. After that, it's talent, right? And it's putting boys in position to make plays. But against this, that you don't see, that is built precisely for deception, speed, blocking, and one-on-one battles. It's going, oh God, I have to trust my players to go make plays and hope that I put them in the right positions to make those plays. I'm not excited about this game at all. Not even a little bit. Let me see. Caitlin says, John is my husband. Oh, my fault. That's my bad, Caitlin. That's my bad. John, that's my bad. That's my bad. Let me see. What else we got? Fernando says, hey, brother, have you ever thought about receiving live phone calls on your live chats? Yes, I have thought about it. And I'm trying to work that out to see how that would work consistently. Because, you know, I've had Mama Savage on here a couple times, and she's calling into the show. And I got a Google voice message system set up in the description of this below. And I've been working on how to figure that into the live streams. But, yeah, as we get more and more advanced, which is where the Super Chat money and the Patreon money goes, that's a place that I would like to get to, you know, where we could do basically a longer sort of drive time radio show, evening radio show, go from like 6 to 8. That's where I'm thinking about going, right? So it's in my brain, Fernando. So good question. Oh, Laurel said good question. See, she's already in my head. See, Mike Stoops' nightmare equals West Coast offense. Maybe, right? But they still throw the ball, and they throw those short passes that act like run plays. I think Mike could defend against that. However, Mike also has a decent rep against that's the other thing. He's got a decent rep against Lane Kiffin. But if you put an option offense in front of him, Tulane's going to rush for 237 yards. So maybe you're right. Maybe he does. Nah. He still hates the West Coast offense. Let me see. Want to hear an Oklahoma State football joke? Always. Wait, we got to trust Mike Stoops to get players ready to make plays? Now I'm nervous. Ha, Dennis. That's what's up. Let me see. What else we got here? Looking for some more questions. If you have questions, drop them in here. Just don't throw shades at officers in the military, because my mother's one of them. Let me see. Dennis, I thought, you might go to the Pac-12, but I'm hearing some talk out here in Arizona that Arizona State and Arizona are looking to join the Big 12. I think if that happened, and it's a big if, I'd be okay with that. But as it stands right now, I'm more interested in Oklahoma leaving this conference, if anything, right? Because the Big Ten would welcome Oklahoma. We get the Nebraska rivalry back, which to me is as big, if not a bigger deal than the Texas rivalry. I don't want to lose the Texas rivalry. I would prefer that we stay in a conference with them, right? Oklahoma State, that's not a rivalry. It's like 87 to 18 and 7. That's not a rivalry. We can lose it. It's fine. It's okay. You know, or Oklahoma to the SEC, right? Because that just puts us into the most elite college football conference, most elite college football league today. I'm okay with that. And the way that the SEC is structured from a financial standpoint, from a broadcasting rights standpoint, it's going to be okay for 20, 30 years. You know, Mike Slive, the late Mike Slive here, passed away last week, did a great job putting that conference in position to do what it's doing, right? Which is to reward itself when it wins. And even when it doesn't win, when the conference champion doesn't come out of that conference, right, in an Alabama and then a Georgia, you can still get in, right? You don't have to win the conference championship to get into the college football playoff. That's every commissioner's dream. So, I mean, hats off to them. I don't like it. I don't like it because I'm in the Big 12. I don't like it because I'm an Oklahoma fan. But if I was in the SEC, this is exactly the way I would draw it up, you know? Because if it was Texas that was in that position or Oklahoma that was in that position and not Alabama, yeah, I'd make the same arguments, right? Now I'm also impugning the integrity of the selection committee, right? But as long as we all know the selection committee is rigged, fine. But they won't admit that it's rigged. And that's my problem with it, right? If we're going to have bias in there toward the Southeastern Conference, let everybody know, right? And then I'm not going to be on my soapbox going, wait a second, what happened to conference championships meaning something? Why do we play conference championships at all, right? Because Alabama got that extra week of rest when the rest of us were playing for conference titles, and you don't get that wear and tear off your body in like a month. Yeah, I mean, those miles stay. So I got a problem with that. But I would love to be a part of that conference that's getting those extra privileges, those cheating privileges, because I want to win. I want national titles, right? Same reason that I support UCF's bid to call itself a national champion. Yeah, for me, it is. They went undefeated. They're the only team that went undefeated. And until you have a playoff that can take into account the UCFs of the world, they get to call themselves national champs. All right? That's just the way that it has to be. Otherwise, it's all rigged. And I don't want college football to be rigged. I want it to be as even as the NCAA tournament for basketball. Right? And I think we're on our way there. I think when this college football playoff contract expires, we'll see an 18 playoff. And hopefully then we can stop. But a 16-team playoff would be fine. I'd be okay with that. Because you can recruit and remove 1 or 2 non-conference games a year, add in a couple extra games for the playoff, and we're good, right? Give buys to the top 8 seeds or the top 4 seeds or the top 2 seeds. It'd be fine. I'd be all for that. Let me see what else we got in here. Matthew, right? I'm not concerned with conference play we play in. If we were in the SEC, that's good for us, but I don't mind being in the Big 12. We win the conference and give ourselves a shot at the playoff every year. Exactly, right? Which is why I don't think we're going to go anywhere in the first place because we run the conference. And as long as we run the conference, it's in our best interest to stay in it unless somebody can offer us a boatload of money to leave, right? I mean, that just makes sense. Let me see. What else we got? RG, you want Oklahoma in the Big Ten? I don't know if my heart can handle Oklahoma playing Purdue. So Pac-Fan 12 is a Boilermakers fan as well as an OU fan. So, like, this is kind of dude that says, yo, man, you said Purdue in a video. That made my day. Let me see. Best corner. Who's going to be our best corner next year? Swag, you should know this got bumped from Laurel, so I'm answering it. I think it's going to be Parnell Motley. I mean, he's already the heir apparent. He's already going to be the #1 corner. I would love to see him make the jump to Zach Sanchez levels of interceptions. Maybe get close to that Brodney Poole 7 picks in a year, right? But that's got to be the guy. And if he's not the guy, I feel good about what's behind him. Trey Norwood is, I mean, we all know what he's good at, right? We want him to put on some weight, but he'll come downfield and he'll make a play. He'll get in between you and the ball. That's what we want. We also know Trey Brown wants a shot, and I think he's going to get a shot. We also know Jordan Parker's coming back, and I think he wants a shot, right? We're fine at corner, but Parnell Motley is the dude. He's the one guy I'm absolutely positively sure is going to start at corner. Let me see what else we got in here before we got to wrap it up. Last one comes from A&G Drone. Will TJ Pledger see the field? No. I think TJ Pledger red shirts, and I'll tell you why. Rodney Anderson is going to get between 250 and 300 carries this year. He is the most readily available weapon that we have with experience, right? I know Kyler is probably going to get a lot of the ball, if not him, Austin Kendall. I know we have it wide out in CeeDee Lamb and Marquise Brown. I know Grant Katera is going to come on. But we got a Heisman candidate running back, you know? If you got Secretary in the backfield, hand him the ball, you know? If you got War Emblem in the backfield, hand him the ball. If you got American Pharaoh in the backfield, hand him the ball. Make them stop that first, right? And you got a guy that's averaging better than 5 yards per carry. Give him the ball, right? So that's what and plus, Trey Sermon's going to come in and spell him. We know that. And Kennedy Brooks was the best offensive player in the spring game. Averaged like 11 yards per carry. So you got 3 backs already. Plus Marcelius Sutton, who's probably going to return kicks. Why would you want to put TJ Pledger out there unless he's absolutely positively better than Rodney Anderson? And I'll tell you right now, he ain't. He ain't because there might be just 2 running backs in the entire country that are better than Rodney Anderson. Right? Jonathan Taylor up there at Wisconsin and Bryce Love out there at Stanford. And all they do is hand those guys the ball. They're the offense. They don't have any options. They don't have any weapons. They are the weapon. So, I mean, that's what I think. All right. We're going to do some roll calls so we get out of here. Oh, Bright Red Elephant made in here. So, I'm going to start calling out names. If you're in the chat, say hi. I will shout you out. Let me see. Mama Savage. Captain Young. To you, Onikuno. Salute. All right. Made it in. Laurel Michelle. It's the girlfriend. So, Weapon X and Brave, I said hi. Let me see. Han Solo, what's good? Southern Pride, what's good? CBR Swag, what's good? Boomer Sooner in the house. Miles Montoya, thanks for the super chat, fam. Brandon Watt, appreciate the super chat, fam. Bobby Pierce in the house. Pac-Fan 12. Matthew Wright. Let me see. A&G Drone, that's what's up. I know Byrne was in here. Coach B was in here. Bright Red Elephant. Let me see. AJ, what's good? Let me see. What else we got? Robert Lane in here early and often. I appreciate you, Robert. Let me see. Thad was in here. Crankstar is in here. Says Knight, that's what's up. I know Jared Gray was in here earlier. Robert Fryer was in here. R.W. Steven was good. Kirk Perez is in here. Thad was in here. Jeff Kirkland, Bryce Ward, Josh Westcott, excuse me. Tyson Edwards. I saw Terry was in here. I don't know if she's still here. Caitlin Hal Brooks, who is the wife of John Hal Brooks. Pardon me. The professor's in here. Let me see. What else we got in here? Amy Sue, what's good? Adrian White, what's good? Steel Boy, what's good? JSL, hey, how you doing? Wolf G, what's good? Tyson, what's good? Let me see. Michael Davis Jr., that's what's up. Hank, what's good? Nick, what's good? Tanner Fisher's in the house. Let me see. Vic, what's good? Let me see. Fernando, what's good? JD, what's good? Miles says, shout out to my girl, Allie. Hey, Allie. Softball for the win. Yes, sir. Burns says, quads. Still with the quads. J-Wop, what's good? Let me see. Going once. Hey, Jake Small. Terry, what's good? She's still here. I like it. All right. Going once. Going twice. All right. That's it for me. If you like the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. I'll see you tomorrow. Deuces. Oh, Bolding made it in. Gunner made it in. That's what's up. Now I really got to go.